guys, just an update on these ESCI French Line Infantry. They had 2 coats of very thin PVA primer, and I'm now doing the white primer, which is just basically thinned white acrylic paint. If you really must know which one I'm using, it's what's left of Winsor & Newton titanium white. Got a mouthful of brush there, that's why. I've probably had that bit of paint for nearly 30 years, so it's lasted well. But then I haven't really done that much painting of figures in the last 30 years. It's only last 3 or, well, maybe last 7 or 8 dribs and drabs have been doing more painting, so I just want to use that one up. I've got other ones of white paint, but seeing as that one really should be coming to the end of its life, I want to use that one up. And since I've got so many figures to paint, I should get through that. What I'm doing, because it's a batch job that I'm doing, the first one I've painted I put here, and then I'm working my way back. So when I've gone through the entire load of them, I'll start again with that one, and then I can just pick them up and go along doing each extra colour. The next thing to do after doing this white primer, which should have dried by the time I get to the 41st soldier, is to do a very thin black wash just to pick out the detail. Just making sure I get the underneath of the rifles here, because first thing anybody does when they see a load of figures that you've done is they're trying to find all the faults in it, of course. Never a, oh, they're nice. Oh, you missed that bit. Oh yeah, I forgot that bit. Yes, I did forget to do the underside of the boots, yeah. Or the bit of the cavalryman that actually sits on the horse that isn't going to get seen. You forget, you know, highly important details like that to do. Get rid of my daughter's hair, which gets everywhere. It's now, what are we, 8:30. Just watched the Holland game. Just watched them scrape through. Got my daughter to sleep, reading The Hobbit at the moment. She's nearly 9, but she's really enjoying it, almost as much as I am. It's taken us, what must be now, into the 3rd week, and the hobbits have the dwarves have only just reached Rivendell. Because of course you read 3 pages and she's off asleep, which is how it should be, really, because the last thing you want to do is to be sat up there all night reading story after story after story, and trust me, I've been there. But I think we've got it off to a fine art now, in that just a few pages when she's tired is enough to send her off with a nice soporific voice and the words of the trolls. What do you mean, Bill? I said he had white socks on. No, you didn't. All of that. She loves all of that. And it gets her off. Anyway, back to this. Making sure I get all the crevices. I'll zoom in a bit, actually. Can I zoom in? Yes. Just because it's a 25mm figure. And there he goes, he's missed a bit there. I was out scavenging today, as you often do. I don't know if you're the same, but I walk down the street and I'm just looking around all the time for stuff that people have dropped or thrown away. Because of course we're surrounded by bins around here, but nobody uses them. I mean, bins are for other people. So it could be lollipop sticks. Usually when I go out in the summer months, I'll come back with about 11 to 20 lollipop sticks that kids have just thrown on the ground. The kids help me pick them up as well, so if there's one thing I'm never going to run short of, it's lollipop sticks for building things with. Or I'll find lids from Lucozade tops. I usually drink a Lucozade every day anyway on the way to work, so I'm never short of those, and I find them just the right size for sticking a pin through, putting a bit of super glue on the end so that the cavalryman doesn't come off. And another place I go to a lot to pick up modelling stuff is Lidl, which if you haven't been, it's well worth going, because one of the last times I went in there I managed to get this, which is a adjustable magnifying glass, which also has a light in it. If I turn this one on, we might see it. It needs batteries. Again, well, I can assure you it's got a light in it. I must have left it on, so I'll put some new batteries in that. But that was very handy, and just the right size for getting up close. I don't use it for doing this because I'm just covering them in white, but it's ideal for when you get to the intricate work of the highlights and stuff. That's when it really comes in handy. I also wear my reading glasses for the close-up work as well, because I find my ordinary glasses I just can't see the small details properly, so I just put these black ones on that I'm wearing at the moment, and that brings out all the detail for me. Let me just move that out the way. So how many we got now? 5, 10, that's the first 11 done. Now for the officer, one of the 2 officers in this set. Just slap it on. Try not to leave too much in the gaps between the arms, just in case the paint that I've put on is too thick a solution and it starts getting a big residue around the gaps there. Right there, yeah, we're alright. Inside, underside of the sword. It doesn't matter if you do miss little bits on this, because you'll be going over it again with a wash. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on doing those, and then I'll get back to the next phase, which will be putting on the flesh tone. Okay, bye bye for now.